This is the only cover you've posed for us.
Wow.
For TV
Well, it's
Guide.
the only time TV Guide is asked.
There's a Survivor story in there about the Amazon. I'd love to know what you remember from that shoot day with Trista and Simon Cowell.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. So American Idol was like just starting. This was season 1 or season 2. It was gigantic. And The Bachelor might have just, well, she was the first, yeah. So
This was the first season of The Bachelorette.
Okay. What I remember is being the third in the hierarchy. It was like Simon was walking around being Simon. Like, I'm Simon Cowell. I know I don't have to introduce myself. The entire world knows who I am because Idol was gigantic and Trista was everywhere. And I do remember sort of going, where should I stand? You know, and I was like, I know I know we're kind of in the same world here, but I feel definitely I'm in the shadows of these great shows, Bachelor or Bachelorette and Idol. And I remember that shoot. And I was honored. I couldn't believe I was going to be on the cover of TV Guide. I mean, I remember telling my mom, I just did a shoot with Simon Cowell and Trista, and I'm going to be on the cover. I think I'm in the frame. I don't know. I was on the outside. I'm not sure if they were trying to crop me out or not. So yeah, I remember that shoot. It was a long, what year was this?
2003.
Yeah, so 20 plus years ago. Short hair, wearing a choker. I'm still wearing all my Survivor gear. I probably hadn't taken that bracelet off from the first season we shot. So I was feeling it. I was feeling a little Survivor. Yeah, and what I remember about the Amazon is that was the weirdest place still to this day, we've ever shot. So many crazy insects and animals, and they were finding the huge snake, the anacondas, and finding giant, I'm talking gigantic snakes, and pulling them out of tribe camps because those things are everywhere. And everywhere you walked, you would see something and go, what is that? I've never even seen anything that's got that many legs and is crawling around like that. Being from Kansas, and then living in New York and Seattle and LA, I hadn't really ever had those kind of experiences. So I was as wide-eyed in a lot of ways as the players were, that we were in the Amazon. And we would go to tribal council down this little snake of water and on these little rowboats with somebody rowing us. And on either side would be the crocs, and you would see their eyes at night. And they're just sitting on and every time I think, this is crazy. If one of us were to make a move and tip this boat, I mean, do we get eaten? Because I'm naive like that. But that's no lie. We used to do crazy stuff. And the Amazon was definitely one of those places. We also lived in a place that was on stilts because the water would rise like 40 feet and then drop 40 feet. So if you went there at the beginning of the season like we did, you'd see the big stilts. And then as the water kept rising, by the time this season was over, you're living on a thing that's right over the water. It was crazy how much happened out there.